Welcome everybody to part 2 of Rise and Thrive. Rachel Payne here with Dana Rogers and Carrie Miller with Ozark Christian Church.
You're letting me join you.
I finally will let you enjoy us.
My goodness. Yeah, it's been a while since we sat together.
I know.
I do take showers, you know.
I was wondering. Appreciate it though.
Yeah, I do. I do. I enjoy them myself. All right, Dana, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So where are you from?
Well, I moved here sort of.
Sort of? You moved here?
Well, I moved here. Okay, for the last 15 or so years, I was in Denver, but I took the scenic route, and I came
love Colorado.
to Arkansas. Yes, me too. I miss it.
I love Colorado.
That's his
We were just talking about that.
That's his off-the-grid state.
Yes.
Well, I understand.
Yeah.
So it's a good place to be.
But we're glad you're here.
Thank you.
So you live in Springfield now?
I do. I have family here, so we moved here.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing your story
Thank
in
you.
the first part. What we want to talk about, though, and I'm going to ask you both questions, okay? We're going into the holiday season. We just went through Veterans Day, but now we're getting ready to go into Thanksgiving. Then we're going into Christmas, and it's like between Thanksgiving and Christmas, it's just holiday mode, right? Holiday a la mode. Hey, that's
A la
good.
mode. We all love a la mode.
And then, of course, New Year's. I know there are people out there struggling. I know Rachel talks to people probably every day that are struggling. I know I do. And I know
Me
with
too.
what you do, you experience that as well.
Yes.
So I'm going to ask you both a question, and then we'll go to the next question. Okay, but the first question is, what do you think someone can do to help them through what we call the holiday season? And I want to hear both of you because I'm interested in both your perspectives.
Well, something that I have had to, transition myself is the holidays. Losing Gabe 9 years ago, 2 days before Christmas, my brother 2 days after his birthday, with them taking their lives, and holidays after that just didn't seem like a holiday because Thanksgiving was a holiday that we always celebrated and always got together for. And, the first year was pretty tough because we had kind of the same holiday that we do with family. And one of the things that I know has helped me out is changing up the routine of the holiday. Changing and making a new yearly holiday plan to where we're not just doing the same thing. We're maybe not even making the same food, maybe it's Italian, maybe we're making enchiladas or something, and so we just don't have the same familiar foods and the same familiar routines because to me that offers healing of being able to move on and move forward. And even though they're not there, those family members are there for me. And other things that take place is, family dynamics, where you may still have a full family, but the dynamics of the family has shifted. And when those dynamics shift, holidays become a hard time because people become lonely because they're not invited or they don't feel comfortable. And, fortunately, there are so many organizations out in the community that offer a holiday meal. And, your family doesn't have to be your blood family. You can go to Thanksgiving with your friends.
Very true.
I don't have a very big family at all. And it's my mom, me, and my niece. And so this year, I'm going to my best friend's house for Thanksgiving, and there's over 20 people there. And she's been my best friend for over 25 years. So she is my family. So that for me is out of the routine. So every year, I just change it up into something different because repetitive patterns for me create more anxiety and more heartbreak when something does happen. Because every Sunday I would have dinner with my brother and my mom. Every Sunday that was our day. And after the loss of Seth, there were no more routine days of the week that I got together with anybody because it was too heartbreaking for me to remember every single Sunday and what I used to do. So when I see people and I make plans, it's just a random day of the week, maybe once a week. It's not something routine for me. So I think getting out of the routine has helped me the most through the holidays.
That's very good because I know a lot of people that have tradition. I was just having this
Mhm.
conversation this morning.
Yeah.
This guy's lived here his whole life. He was born here, raised here. He didn't even go out of Missouri to go to college. And I've never had that. I've moved around a lot, so my tradition is usually around the holidays I'm traveling to go see family. So it's interesting. But I do like the idea of new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, experiencing things for a first time, especially when you're used to something and then that's been broken or shattered.
Yes.
And so I like that. What about you?
I was just going to say, with regard to what you two were just saying, if you're in a family that does really thrive on tradition, why not make it a tradition to have something new at each event? So just one new thing. Maybe somebody brings in. I remember one year we did like the special plate. I don't know if you. It's a red plate that was the new thing for that year.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you could just make it a tradition to do something new if that was the thing.
Yeah.
So with regard to how we handle the holidays, we have a lot of tradition in our family. And now that my kids are grown, there's other family dynamics in there because now we've got a fiance to consider and his family, and so we have kind of shrunk our individual to bring in some new things. So that would be a thing. I think during the time of Thanksgiving, especially, it seems like I have several friends who actually spend that particular holiday doing volunteer work and giving back to the community instead of having it be about what's going on in their household. It enables them to actually experience gratitude in a different way. So they are experiencing it and go, wow, I'm really thankful that I'm able to give back, but also that maybe I'm not in that situation, that if they're working at a shelter or something like that, for example. It could also be even the pets. I mean, the animal shelters need extra help during the holiday seasons because people are either bringing animals back or they are getting them out. So there's a lot of ways that people can plug in. But I would also like to speak to the people who have individual stress during the holidays. We are so busy, going all the time, especially during the holiday season, that taking a minute literally to take a breath is important. And there's YouTube videos out there, there's podcasts out there now about how to relax and how to meditate and how to do breath work. So I can tell you that if you exhale longer than you inhale, so you inhale like for a count of 4, hold for maybe a count of 5, and exhale to a count of 6, you're engaging the parasympathetic or the relaxation part of your body so that you can actually decompress, because there's a lot going on throughout any year, but during the holidays it just gets magnified. So taking time to breathe a minute.
Yeah, and I think that sometimes when we have some family dysfunction and we have the conflict within family, that people don't use their boundaries, and knowing that you are the conductor.
Yes, it is.
You are the conductor of your own life and your choices, and boundaries sometimes need to be set, and it may upset people. Maybe you go for an hour,
right,
to an event, and then you leave because that's your boundary, that's your tolerance, that's what you can do. But you showed up, right? And it's okay to leave when you need to leave. So I feel like more people need to create some boundaries as to as to as to why, that is a stress for them. And I think boundaries is a big deal, big thing with people.
But I like in your first part, you talk about self-care.
Mm-hmm.
You talk about new traditions, creating new traditions. But there are people out there that are going to be watching this, or that are watching right now, because it'll be live
Mm-hmm.
when it's uploaded,
Mm-hmm.
that are just struggling with the fact of just breathing. You're talking about a sequence of breathing, how to meditate, how to let things go, if you will. But I know there are people right now that are just struggling with taking one breath.
Yes.
And going into the holiday season, I know for me, there was a period of time where I hated the holidays. Everything that bad happened,
You two were having a tough time.
that happened in a period of time was bad, and it always happened around the holidays, it seemed.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just wanted to skip the holidays. With that said, went to volunteer at a church in Springfield on Thanksgiving Day. And it really released some of the stuff I'd been carrying, because I was able to just, it's one thing about self-care, it's another thing about being selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Self-care is rejuvenating who we are, what we are. Selfishness is when you're only thinking about yourself, and I was able to let go of a lot of stuff that day. And it really helped me heal with some things that I dealt with. So I think that's very cool. Now I want to ask you another question.
Okay.
When you're engaging with people that have lost hope, what we have experienced recently here in Ozark, we had a person take their own life. Now there was something behind that story. We had a National Football League player at the age of 24 take his life recently. We have people reaching out that are struggling with addiction.
Yes.
And it's one thing when you have a family to create new memories. There are some people out there, they are the family. They either live in an area where there's no family, or they've outlived their family, or they've been disowned by their family, or they disown their family.
Mm-hmm.
So for someone that's out there alone and struggling during this time, what would you suggest? What you think?
Well, I mean, that's a real struggle. I mean, I've been there with no family or nobody to, be around, and some of the things that, I would do is, like you said, is getting out into the community, helping somebody in the community. Maybe that is adopting a family for Thanksgiving, helping them have a nice dinner. Adopting a family for Christmas, helping those kids have something for Christmas, because you don't have to have a whole wealth of 20 presents apiece, for Christmas, because that's not what, Christmas holiday is about. But it is about giving. The holidays are about giving. And I feel like if you are alone, the way to fill your heart and your soul, if it's something that you are able to do as an individual alone, it will bring you family, because it will fill your heart with the hope of seeing others out there being happy and seeing a smile because you're there helping them. Because those individuals who don't have any families aren't getting any smiles. They're not getting any hugs and gratitude.
Sometimes they've got to take that first step.
Absolutely.
And that's hard.
Yeah.
That is hard sometimes.
Yeah.
To reach out, right? To say, hey, and so if you're listening to this, I would suggest you to go find an organization, maybe a nonprofit, give them a call, go talk to them, say, how can I help during this time? When we give, I feel like we also get.
Absolutely.
Whoa! So tell me, if you're talking to a person, they're struggling with just breathing, we're just struggling with life, what would you say?
Often we are struggling because we are so focused inward on ourselves, and we can be our own worst enemies. We want to be judge and jury and the whole thing, and it gets to be where I'm alone and there's a reason I'm alone and maybe I deserve to be alone, and that is actually a lie that Satan tells you. It is, we are built for community. And so if you're struggling to breathe, find somebody to breathe with you. There is, I mean, you can come to this church, you can go to any church, and I guarantee you there are people who want to breathe with you.
Amen.
You can go to a business organization if you're in business and find a way to plug in. You can find, there are senior centers out there, if that they are also, many of them are alone, and
Yes.
they want help to breathe. So I think that we get so, that's an overstatement. Many people get so focused here that we very much get tunnel vision.
Mm-hmm.
And when we expand our view, it can be really, that sounds really bad. When we expand our view, it can be really eye-opening.
Well, it's true.
Well, it is.
It's true.
And the thing is, I love what you said about the community, because there are, if you have a talent, whether you like to read, or you have poetry, or you sing, or you play guitar, or you like to tell jokes, that right there in communities is uplifting for them. Therefore, in return, it makes you feel uplifted and feel good, because look what you're doing to the crowd. Look what you're doing to the people that don't have any family. You're bringing joy to them. And to me, when I bring joy to somebody, I'm joyful. It makes me feel good.
It does. The other side of that is when you are isolating yourself, you're not giving anybody else the joy of allowing you to be part of their life. And so I've had people that I'm like, I'm trying to be there for them, and they won't let me be there for them because they want to be held back. And that robs me of my opportunity to be part of their life. And so when you reach out and they reach back, you have this synergy, and it's beautiful, because then you can feel that.
Yeah, I agree. I had a Vietnam War veteran, who communicated with me about, why am I here? I don't want to be here, all these things. And then you know what? He told me his story about when he was in Vietnam, and he told me the things that he did, and he cried about it. And I was like, all of these things you're telling me about, you have passion for them. So there's a reason why you're still here, because only you have those stories to tell. Mm-hmm. You've got pictures and newspaper articles, and only you have the ability to share those stories, and people need to hear those stories.
I love it. We all have a story to tell.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So I want to encourage you today to go get out of your box, to go find an organization or someone, maybe an individual, maybe it's a neighbor that you've never even introduced yourself to. Mm-hmm. Whatever it is, we are not made for this journey to go through it alone.
That's right.
We need community, we need each other, but sometimes we got to take that first step. So I want to encourage you to take that first step. We're focusing on thriving, not just surviving. And I think too many times in life, we just go through the motions to get to the next day. But how can we wake up and be excited? Even if we know it's going to be a busy day, right? Mm-hmm. If we got all these appointments, or we got whatever it's, we've got to do, but maybe those things we're able to utilize, the good Lord's using us to help others.
Yes.
And so when I have a long day and a long week, that I can be rest assured that, hey, I gave my all. You know, it was worth it. And I think no matter who you are, take that first step because you're worth it. You're valued. You're not a mistake. And we hope you understand that you too can rise and thrive.
And I want to challenge all of us and you guys for this holiday season. We all say what we're thankful for, and it's always about somebody else. So I challenge you guys and myself
Ooh,
and
I know
the
where it's going.
audience to thank yourselves, thank ourselves for something that we do for ourselves and for others. Thank ourselves for what we do.
So we pat ourselves on the back.
Yes, yes.
Not in a braggadocious way.
But we should see the good in ourselves because, like you said, all too often we don't see some of the good things in ourselves. And so I challenge everybody to be thankful for what you do for yourself and for other people, and to think about what you can give your thanks.
Where God don't make junk.
That's right.
Yes.
And we don't know. We don't know in any given moment how we're affecting somebody else. You might be surprised. It literally could just be a smile that somebody needed that day. It's often the really small things that make a huge difference. And so you might be surprised and you can go, you know, I did make a difference somewhere to somebody, and that'll make a difference for you.
Absolutely.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for being with us.
Yes, thank you, Dana.
Thank
Yeah, Rachel, it's always good to see you.
Thanks, I know.
I'm going to let you say bye so I can go over here, okay? So
All
tell
right.
everybody bye.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us, and I do appreciate everything that each and every one of you do for yourselves and for others, and to keep doing that. Keep joining us for these live videos because something in there may touch you. You may not watch all of us the whole time, and maybe you watch us in segments, but I just want to thank you for being here and listening to us and making a difference in your life and your community. So have a wonderful day. Thank you.